Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be talking about some Gotham Knights. Now, I know for a fact there's still a lot of people on the fence about this game. They don't know whether they're going to pick it up or not. They don't know if it's worth the money, and I don't blame anybody for thinking that way. I was in the same boat, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, but I found out some more information, I did some more research, and I found out some things that actually got me a little bit more excited. So I'm gonna share that with you guys today, and hopefully that can get some people to make their mind up, or if not, start to lean more towards one side of the fence or the other, whether that is to not pick the game up at all or to wait for a sale. So I'm gonna share with you guys what I found, and hopefully that helps somebody. So let's get into it. Now, these aren't in a particular order, but I am gonna just try to start off with the, most negative aspects of what I found. And it's only really negative depending on who you ask. So with that being said, the first thing on my list is that the game is not coming out for the last gen. So if you got the PS4, the Xbox One, you're not going to be able to play this game unless you upgrade your consoles or you have a PC to run it. So there's that. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I know it's bad for people who, can't afford to upgrade their systems and stuff like that, but I feel like for the game is actually a good thing, because that means they can push the envelope a little bit more. They don't have to, cater to, like 10-year-old hardware. So that's going to give them more freedom. That's going to give them the ability to make the game look better, make it run a little bit better. And that means to get to focus all their people and their resources on the current gen and, whatever comes after that. So they don't have to cut corners, try to downgrade the game to make it fit on the older consoles. So I know that sucks for some people, but I think in the long run it's for the best. Now, next on the actually pretty short list of negatives is that the game will not have crossplay. So PlayStation won't be able to play with Xbox or PC, so you're going to be stuck with whoever you're playing with. That kind of sucks because I play on PC. Like, I have an Xbox, but I don't play it. It hasn't been hooked up in almost a year, but if there's enough people on the channel that play on Xbox and they want to team up and stuff, I guess I will buy it on Xbox. But other than that, it just kind of sucks because that kind of cuts off a large portion of the player base. I would say we don't know how many people are going to buy the game yet. I feel like this is kind of a pretty bad negative because so many games nowadays have crossplay between all the systems, but this is their first foray into this game. They don't want to really have things jacked up, kind of like how Outriders is. It's super laggy sometimes, so maybe it's for the best that they don't have crossplay quite yet, and maybe somewhere down the line they will add it. So fingers crossed for that. But as of right now, on launch, there will be no crossplay, and that about does it for the negatives that I found. So there's that. Those two things kind of suck, but I understand why they did it, so it is what it is. Now, moving on to the actual positives that I found that kind of swayed me towards purchasing this game. I haven't pre-ordered yet. I don't believe in pre-orders, especially for digital goods. If you're going to pre-order for like a special edition that comes with like statues or something crazy like that, sure, go for it. But other than that, pre-orders are a waste of time. But before I actually go off on a pre-order rant, let's actually get to the first big positive on the list, and that is that the game does not have any microtransactions. So what that pretty much means is that the game is a one and done buy. You buy it, you get the full game. I do believe there is a deluxe edition that comes with maybe like an extra mission or something like that, I believe, or some skins, but it's pretty much insignificant. It doesn't really matter. And other than that, there's no way to spend any more money at the game. I really wish, games would go back to doing this instead of trying to nickel and dime us all the time. So I appreciate these guys for doing that. And that is a huge thumbs up in my book. Now, with that being said, if they wait until after the game releases to try implementing, microtransactions and stuff like that, that's going to be a big red flag for me, and that would pretty much kill any hope of a sequel for this game because people just ain't going to trust them anymore. That's going to be a wrap. So hopefully that's not the case. I don't think it is, but this day and age, you literally never know. Now, the next positive is something that I have a super big pet peeve about, and I'm glad that the game is taking this stance on this issue, because with Outriders, this literally drives me crazy. And that is that you can actually play the game single player offline. You don't have to be connected to the internet. You don't have to have, PlayStation Plus. You don't have to have Xbox Live. You can play the game locally, the full game, without the need to be online. I don't know why games like Outriders do this. If you're playing single player, and I know that they try to save some of your data, server side or wherever it is, but that just needs to stop. especially for a game that can be beaten single player by yourself. There's no reason for it to always be online. There's no reason for you to have to be connected to the internet. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why games started doing this, but I'm glad that, you know, Gotham Knights is taking this path. So I don't know if it's because I'm old now or something like that, but yeah, I remember games just used to be super simple. You could just turn the game on, play the game, got the whole game out the package. I don't know what happened in like the last, 15, 20 years. It's crazy. Now moving on to the last topic, and this one is not really a deal breaker for most people. It's not really a deal breaker for me either, but I think it's just because I've been stuck playing Outriders for like the last 2 months. I've been, a little bit addicted to that game, but one thing that makes me the most crazy about that game is that the level up system, your world tier, is not tied to your account. So that means you would have to level up 4 different characters, putting in at least 200 hours on each character to hit max level. It's kind of crazy, but luckily for Gotham Knights, all the other characters are going to level up alongside of your character. Now we don't know if it's going to be like a 1-to-1 ratio or it's going to be like a little bit less, but either way, if you want to swap characters at any point during the game, you won't have to start from scratch. So if you're a person like me and you're just addicted to using new builds, trying out new stuff, then this game might be right up your alley. And with all that being said, I still would recommend people to look at this game a little bit cautiously. Like, I'm going to buy it because I'm pretty sold on it, like at this point in time, but I would still say that most people should wait until a little bit closer to the game's release to, decide whether they're going to pick it up or not, because there's still some pretty big questions that are unanswered. And I think they're doing that on purpose. I think they're kind of keeping some of their cards close to their chest. Things about the end game and, what we're going to do after the game is over, future DLC, like a roadmap, stuff like that. So they're definitely not telling us everything. And I don't really know how to take that yet. So we shall see, especially so close to release. It's only about a month away, month and about 10 days, something like that. But that's enough rambling on. Let me know in the comments if anybody's going to pick this game up. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that shenanigans. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.